Hey, how's it going? Just your average schmo back um, to open up some marble cards. I just got done doing some trimming outside. Neighbor shrubs are kind of growing over on my side of the thing, so I kind of cut them back a little bit. My big wish is because I think the house next door to me actually is empty right now. They don't have a for sale sign up in the yard, but I haven't seen anybody go in and out of there in like months. And I believe the lady that actually owns it her son was living there for a little bit, but I think she's actually looking at selling it. So I don't know when it happens, but I would love if I was to win the lottery. Hey! Get out! Banging on the door. If I was to win the lottery and it was for sale, I would buy it. And then just combine both lots and have like my main house and like the guest house. And then I would put another, because at the back of the alley, there's a detached garage that goes with that house next door. And then there's a carport right next to it. I would take out the carport and put in another single car garage, and then put an opening in my privacy fence to where I could go out, and then I could park in a garage in the back. That's if I win the lottery. Of course, I haven't bought a lottery ticket in a while, so chances are even more slim than usual. But yeah, and also I'd probably just take those shrubs out completely. Of course, if I ever see anybody there, I might ask them and say, hey, do you have a problem with me just taking these down to the ground and then either digging out the roots or treating it to where it just dies off? My guess is she probably wouldn't have an issue with it. And it'd be a little less maintenance for me. But I did mow my grass today before I went to my kind of, like I said, adopted daughter. She's not biologically, she's not my daughter, but it's my daughter's sister. So I've always considered her like a second daughter. She graduated from high school this year, and I went to her party. It wasn't bad. Had a taco bar. It was nice. We're now home, and I am ready to open up a blaster box of Wandavision. These are by Upper Deck. You can pull autographs and I think sketch cards. So let's see. Will I get as lucky with this as I did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Mega Box or Hobby Box? We'll find out. Comment down below if you watched the WandaVision and what you thought of it. I thought it was a brilliantly done series. I love, obviously, the first, the first 2 episodes of it, because if you haven't seen it, I'll kind of explain. I'll just give you a basic with no spoilers. Basically, it's, each episode is kind of like a different time period in regards to TV shows, like sitcoms, through the years. And, like the first one that really takes place, it would mimic the stuff that you would have seen like in the, I want to say the 50s on TV, black and white. And then 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I think I want to say there was maybe 8 episodes in a season, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched it. I don't want to say too much more because if you haven't watched it, it would kind of spoil it. But, that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much, because I can remember when I was little watching, not necessarily the black and white TV shows. Even when I was little, everything was in color. But I do remember watching some of those old shows that were filmed in black and white. In particular, I think like the first few seasons of I Love Lucy were in black and white. I think they eventually did start doing it in color, though. But yeah, if you haven't seen WandaVision and you have Disney Plus, I highly suggest you watch it. And it's one of those things you can kind of really watch it without having watched all of the other MCU stuff. It does kind of stand alone by itself. There are some things you won't necessarily pick up on, but it won't really disrupt the enjoyment of the show. It's got Elizabeth Olsen in it. I mean, incredible actress. She is. She's just an incredible actress. She is the epitome. I don't think they could have chosen somebody better to play Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, in the MCU. She does a phenomenal job. Alright, so most of these are just going to be like scene cards from the show. So, not a whole lot to say about them. I mean, it's got writing down here, but that is way too small for me to try to read. So and you'll be able to see, if you haven't watched the show, you'll be able to see, looking at these cards, like the one, especially where it shows like the house that she's living in, the different styles, because it changes. It changed with each episode. That is, I can't remember what her, is it Sandra? Captain Rambo. I don't remember what name she ends up going by. I think she, in the comics, she ends up going by like a couple of different names. But in the show, I can't remember eventually what. Although in WandaVision, I don't think she actually adopted like a moniker like that. She just used her real name. But I think in the, because then she appeared in the Marvels movie, and I think in that one she did eventually end up and like take on kind of like a hero name. All right. And that one. And obviously you can tell, like in that picture, it's like a regular like suburb. Oh, here we got a suburban synthezoid. Insert. Like an ordinary husband, Vision says goodbye to his wife when he leaves for work. Yeah, so see, that was from like one of the first, I want to say one of the first 2 episodes where it was in black and white. And Vision, it looks like completely human in the series. Oh, here it looks like we have a yellow parallel. And that is from one of the black and white episodes. Not numbered or anything. Oh, we got a purple. The hell do I wonder what they call these? Purple laser, maybe? Nice. Let's see if is it numbered? No, not numbered. That's pretty cool though. I like that. Of course, I always had a soft spot for the Scarlet Witch, especially since she came into live action with Elizabeth Olsen playing her, because she's a redhead. I openly admit it. I don't know what it is about redheads. I have a weakness for redheads, and it's never worked out. No, I did it a few. Never worked out. There we have Catherine Hahn's character. She's a really good actress too. If you watch the second part of, because the Wandavision, and then what was the second one called? Agatha All Along, I think is what it was called. Don't quote me on that. Or something, Agatha Harkness. But that was like the second like TV series that kind of coupled with WandaVision. And now the one that's coming out, I believe later this year, called Vision Quest, is going to be kind of like the last part of that trilogy. Focused on, obviously, Vision. Oh. Okay. Westview. Is this an insert? Yeah. This is an insert. Vision leaving Westview. Okay. Alright, we have another yellow Monica Rambeau. I think that is when she actually when the field, because there's a field around this town. Again, that's a little bit of a spoiler, I guess. A field around this town, to where, you know, as it changes. I mean, it's not like the whole area. It's just within that wall that Wanda has constructed, to where, you know, it looks like different time periods and sitcom title shows. And I believe this is when it expands and Monica Rambeau actually gets, like, goes through the wall, and that's where she ends up getting her, unlocks her powers. Oh, here we have a red one that looks a little bit different. It don't have the same, like, it's not the laser type. Someone almost got like a marble effect on it, sort of. Again, it doesn't look like it's numbered. I don't see a number on it. Yeah. There you can see. Huh, look at that. Nice. I like those parallels. Those are pretty sharp looking parallels. Yeah, I can remember. I guess the next big Marvel thing we have coming out is the Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I know we got Vision Quest, and then of course we got Avengers Doomsday in December. But I was thinking there was something else in there. I think the next season of the animated Spider-Man on Disney Plus is coming out this year too. I think that's right before Monica decides to try to go in through the wall. She's standing with that FBI agent. I can't remember what his name is. Does it say right here? Nobody is supposed to go to Westview. Captain Rambeau. Search drone. She played around. No, it doesn't say what his name is. I can't remember. But I think he made his first appearance in the Ant-Man movie. Alright, there's Agatha All Along. Of course, I'm not going to say what that has to do. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it and figure out why that Agatha All Along is so important. Seen from one of the black and white episodes. You can tell that's mimicking like old, early sitcoms because, you know, they didn't have a joined bed. They had separate beds. We are an unusual couple. Is this an insert? Yeah, it looks like it's an insert. Alright, we got a yellow Monica again. Is that the same one we just had? I think it's a little bit different. And then, this one's different too. It's purple, but it looks, well, it might look. Let me look at that other purple one again. I guess it might have the same. Yeah, it does have the same, like laser effect on it. Nice. I really like those. Those are sharp looking parallels. It'd be great to pull at least something numbered, right? I mean, it'd be great to pull like an autograph. There's a card in there that looks a little bit different. Alright. Yep. Yep, redheads are definitely a weakness. I mean, how can they not be, honestly? What is that? Oh, okay. Right. Now I know what that is. I'm not going to say what it is because it'd be a spoiler. Another We Are an Unusual Couple insert. And one of the black and white. Of course, another yellow. And another red. And she's dressed up in like the old, like comic, accurate Scarlet Witch outfit, which is a nice outfit. Let's be honest there. And of course, he's dressed up as a Quicksilver. All right, last pack. Yeah, I remember when everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody, but I mean, I was by myself when I was watching it, but just from what I heard, everybody had kind of the same reaction when that particular actor showed up at the door, because everybody recognized him as, from the X-Men movies, and they thought immediately, okay, that's got to be who he's reprising that character. Not exactly. Again, I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't watched it, go watch the show, and then you'll see. Here we got another Westview kind of like postcard type one. Insert. Of course, another yellow parallel. And a purple. Alright, well, we did not get any autographs, but I really do like those purple and red laser like parallels. Those are pretty sharp looking. The other inserts, I mean, there's not really much to them, honestly. I probably won't even hold on to those. I'll probably put those to the side, and well, maybe the Westview ones I'll hold on to, but the other, like the Unusual Couple ones and the Suburban Synthezoid one I'll probably just put in with the base cards and use them as bonuses or fillers when people buy stuff. So. Alright, well, there we go. Comment down below. What did you watch WandaVision? What did you think of it? What do you think of those cards? Those might be ones that I might buy some more of. I don't know. We'll see. As always, look out for yourself and everyone around you so we all have a much better chance of staying safe and healthy. Make sure you come back. I'm going to be doing 2 more videos before I call it an evening. The next video after this one is going to be 2 booster packs of the Lorcana Winter Spell cards, and then the next video after that will be a blaster box of WNBA Donruss. Still searching for that ever elusive, I'm starting to wonder if they actually do exist, downtowns So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and come back for when those videos pop up. Till then, see ya.